Okay, since winter break is upon us now as college students, I feel like this is the perfect time for me to talk about something that just really isn't what it seems, and that's college group projects. College group projects are not assignments. That is not what they are. Trust me, if that's what people tell you they're just regular assignments, you got to do it together. No, they're literally psychological experiments, and none of us are well. Okay, I'm gonna break down the cast of characters in that group project. Okay, so stay with me here. The first archetype we have is the ghost. These are the people that'll join the group project in the beginning, join the group chat, say hi one time maybe, and then after that you never hear from them again for the entirety of the group project. They don't come to any meetings or anything like that. I'm like, bro, where's this guy at? And then they want to come back the morning of the presentation and be like, what did I miss? And I'm like, buddy, you missed literally everything. You don't get to come up here and present with us. You don't get to get a grade. Go sit down. You didn't do nothing. Like, you disappeared so hard, we literally forgot you were in the group until the day of the presentation. So no, you don't get to come up here and present with us, bro. The next archetype we have is the overachiever that literally hates everybody else in the group. These are the people that'll do the whole project themselves, or at least try to. And then at the end, they'll have the nerve to try and get mad for doing the whole project themselves. I'm like, bro, you literally chose to do that. You wouldn't let us do no work. And then they be sending them like, passive aggressive messages like, I just did the whole Google Doc. All you have to do is breathe. I'm like, bro, you acting like we made you do everything. You literally wouldn't let us have any input on the project. This is on you. And then we got the let's just vibe person. Like it says in the name, they're literally just here for the vibes. They don't know what the assignment is. They have no intention or care to know what the assignment is. They're literally just there. They're the ones that keep asking what font are we using. I'm like, bro, we haven't even decided a topic for the project yet. These people low-key be cool, but then like it's sort of get annoying when they just like have no care or no type of care to figure out what the assignment is, and they just really don't put no effort in. They just be doing whatever. Like they said, they're here for the vibes. And then we have the person who wants to present everything. These be the people like you're rehearsing your group project before the presentation, right? And you will literally say one word, and they'll be like, no, I got that. I'm like, what? I said one word. You don't. Can I speak, please? Can I say one word? And then they'll have the nerve to try and talk for 9 minutes straight, bro. The limit on the project was 5 minutes. You're talking yourself for 9 minutes. We cannot have that. We're gonna have to cut that down significantly, buddy. What are you doing? These people can kind of be interchangeable with like the overachiever. The overachiever might be doing this too. Okay, so y'all get what I'm saying though. And then we have the student that's barely passing. And these people show up to the rehearsals and meetings smelling like stress, smelling like coffee. I'm like, bro, is you good, bro? You smell like you on 10. On 10 at 7 a.m. in the morning, bro. I just said 7 a.m. in the morning when 7 a.m. means literally in the morning. Y'all get what I'm saying, though. And then these people be like, guys, I really need this grade. Please, we have to pass. And then they will proceed to contribute absolutely nothing that is important or relevant or useful to the project. Like, bro, if you need the grade so bad, first of all, lock in with life so you don't need this grade so bad. Second of all, actually contribute something important and useful to the project so then we can use it and get a better grade, more than likely. So this is on you too, buddy. We can't just carry you to this good grade now. But I will give credit. Sometimes those people do be putting in a lot of effort into the project, and they be, because they really want to and they really need to because they got to pass. Okay, so I want to give credit to where credit is due to some of y'all who is barely passing, and then y'all come in and actually put in work. But to the people who's barely passing and don't put in work, y'all don't get no credit. Then we got the people who turn the presentation into something that it just doesn't need to be. Overcomplicated, overdo it. Like the professor will ask for a simple PowerPoint, and they add in crazy transitions, different flash effects, and a whole entire soundtrack that just literally blocks out all of our talking. I'd be looking at them like, bro, come on, this ain't the Super Bowl halftime show. What are we doing here? Okay, we need to lock in with what the project actually is telling us to do. Please. We are deviating away from the whole entire theme with what you're doing. We just need words on the doc and maybe a picture here and there. We don't need all this. I appreciate the effort on that front, but put the effort into something more useful for our grade. Thank you. And then trying to find a time where everybody can meet literally feels like it's harder than getting into heaven, and that's no joke. Like when you're in college, there's so many different schedules, and putting like 4 people in a group and all 4 of y'all schedules have to align so y'all can meet at least 2 times a week. That's almost impossible. Especially if you're in groups with like athletes, people like in fraternities, sororities, clubs, everything, bro. It's so much stuff going on. And then there'll be people who say, I can do anytime. And then when you suggest the time, they reject every offer. I'm like, bro, what did you just say? You said you could do every time. Now you lying to me and saying you can't do it. What better do you have to do when you said you can do any time and you are involved in no extracurricular activities? Bro, and then the night before is always crazy, bro. Somebody crying, stressing, somebody's typing stuff, redoing things that don't need to be redone, and somebody's freaking just all we're all just all over the place at this point. People's all over the place. We all stressing and to some degree, but some of us are stressing more than others for sure. Like, why are you editing the document at 4 a.m.? Why do I see edits saying the last person who edited it was you at 4 a.m.? What are you doing? The assignment has been due. And then the actual presentation. Everybody nervous, everybody voices get real soft and quiet. We got a teacher got to tell us to speak up and everything. And it's an experience for sure. The ghost of the group looking confused, don't have no idea what the project was even about. The overachievers really stressing. You can see sweat droplets all over their face and neck. And it's an interesting time. And then you got the student that's barely passing over there, literally sitting in the corner praying to every god of every religion. Then the professor be like, any questions before we start class? And I'd be like, yeah, why would you even assign this project to begin with, bro? That's my question. But anyways, group projects, they do build character. I will admit that. They definitely build character in college, but at what cost? But yeah, y'all, hopefully y'all passed this first semester, did good, did what y'all need to do. Hopefully y'all do good next semester, do even better than y'all did this first semester. But yeah, I'm out. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Peace. That's my rant for today.